Hey folks, hope you're all doing well, and welcome to episode 2 of 5 albums that make me smile. Now, growing up, there's always those records that, really grab you and kind of mold your musical tastes in future. And there's always those albums from, I'm sure you experience this too, from your youth that sort of you can listen to them at any time and they just bring back great memories, or they're just those records that kind of ring true with all the stuff that you like, at that time and in future, and it's exactly what it is. They're 5 albums that make me smile. So I did this a while back, and did a lot of you dug it, so I decided to do another edition. Because there's a lot of albums that make me smile. But here's another 5 for you. Now, with this list of 5, it's interesting because this really kind of dictates. When I'm looking at it, this really kind of dictates the kind of music that I ended up liking and enjoying and getting more into as time went on. But there's a lot of Canadian content here. And for those of you that maybe didn't hear of these bands, these might be some bands that you might want to check out. So, anyways, so the first band I'm going to mention is a Canadian band called the Demics. Now, this is a hard to find record. Discogs has it, I believe, and you can still get it on Amazon. This was like they were categorized as a punk band. They're a Canadian band from London, Ontario. I think this record came out like 1977. And I don't know how I got my hands on this record. I remember in high school, there was the punk rock kids, and I used to hang out with those kids, and because I really loved the Sex Pistols, and they had all these Sex Pistols bootlegs and things, and I think that's where I got this record from. But holy shit, does this record blow me away? And to this day, it's still really, really cool. Now, I say punk, but it's not punk like the Sex Pistols. It's just really catchy with a punk attitude, but just really catchy songs. Really hooky. The musicianship is fantastic, but the main sort of feature for me of this record is the vocalist, and I forget his name, and I think actually he's passed away, but I forget the gentleman's name. But it's like this guy's voice is just absolutely tailor made and perfect for these songs, and it just makes all these songs you know just really stand out and sound really, really cool. On this record, there's 400 blows. There's a real catchy song in here called Talk Talk. There's, a song about New York City that I think was a minor hit, but, check it out. Go on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. The album is called The Demics. The band is called The Demics. I remember I did a show with one of Pete's shows, Pete Pardo from Sea Tranquility, and I remember I recommended this when they did a show where we exchanged records, me and someone else, and I suggested this record, and anyways, it's just really, really good, really, really catchy. Not, punk, but not like the real stuff, like from the old days, like just really good guitar based stuff with some really catchy hooks and an amazing vocal. I can't say enough about this band. If you haven't checked them out, just go on YouTube, The Demics. You won't regret it. Fantastic record. All right, the next band I'm going to mention is sort of along the same thread. It's another punk band, Canadian band. They were huge here in the late 70s and early 80s. They did release an EP in the US, but it didn't take off. But these guys used to be all over the radio here and on TV. And man, just really, really good guitar based with attitude songs, but super hooky. Gordy Lewis, the guitar player in this band, who died not too long ago, and it was sad the way he passed, but I won't get into that. But man, that guy just played like a Les Paul special with P90s through a Marshall, and that guy got some of the best friggin' guitar tone I've ever heard. And he was just phenomenal. Just really simple, but just bang on. Just really, really cool songs. This is their first record that I'm going to mention. The record is called Teenage Head. Did I mention the band? The band is called Teenage Head. They're from Hamilton, Ontario. In their heyday, they released like 3 records. They're all fantastic, but the first one is really, really good. Then they released one called Frantic City, which is also really, really good. And then Some Kind of Fun, which already is kind of a little too commercial, but just sense of humor, funny lyrics. I mean, on this record, they got songs like Lucy Potato, Top Down, what else? Picture My Face. Just really, really fun, short songs, but really, really cool. And they were doing the sort of punk pop thing years before these other bands like Green Day and Blink 182 picked up on it. But yeah, check it out. Teenage Head, first record. The recording quality, and you can tell these guys are doing it on a shoestring budget, but the music is fantastic. All right, the next one, now this is totally going the other way. It's a Scottish band, absolutely fantastic Scottish band. There's not a lot of Scottish bands, but everybody knows Nazareth. And my first exposure to Nazareth was Nazareth's Greatest Hits. What an absolutely killer album. What a way to introduce, me to the band. I mean, Turn On Your Receiver, White Bicycle, Woke Up This Morning, Razamanaz, Love Hurts, Hair of the Dog, like all the hits are on this record, and there's this Flight Tonight, the Joni, I think it's a Joni Mitchell song that they covered. Dun digga dun digga dun. And I understand that riff is what inspired Barracuda, but that's what I hear. I don't know how true that is. But anyway, just Nazareth's Greatest Hits, man. I heard that as a kid, and just the guitar based, everybody knows Nazareth, guitar based rock with the Dan Cafferty's just growly lyrics, and Manny on the guitar. Just absolutely killer band. The record is amazing. Every track on there is amazing. And that was my introduction to Nazareth. And to this day, I listen to any of those songs on that record, and it just puts a big smile on my face. Now we're moving to America. I don't know where I heard this the first time. I cannot remember, but I know when I heard it and I saw the cover and I thought it was really cool. And I think at that time I was ready to Kiss, but somebody showed me and played me the Alice Cooper record, Welcome to My Nightmare. And that absolutely blew me away. I mean, I remember them showing that movie, the concert movie, that on a UHF channel back in the day, and being blown out by the theatrics. But the music was just so good. Only Women Bleed, Cold Ethel, Welcome to My Nightmare, The Black Widow, all that stuff. It just, yeah, man, what a really, really cool record. And talk about an impressionable record on a 12-year-old kid. Man, that'll really, turn you on to theatrical rock, which it obviously did, because a lot, became a huge Kiss fan, and I've always been into that sort of thing. And, yeah, just man, it doesn't matter when I listen to the record or what track, that just takes me back, and I love that record, Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper. Love it, love it. All right, and for my last one, gotta go with more Canadian content. Here's a band for US folks. If you haven't heard, gotta check these guys out. Band called Trooper. I don't know how much of an impact they made down there. I don't think they made that much of an impact, but they were huge here in the 80s. I saw them at a bar. Just, best way to describe it, just some really good barroom rock, sing along stuff, hard rock, but really, really catchy. And I'm going with the greatest hits because that was my first exposure to the band. The album's called Trooper Hot Shots. General Hand Grenade, and We're Here for a Good Time, and Raise a Little Hell, and Pretty Lady. I mean, every song is absolutely fantastic, hooky as hell. Great band. I remember the guitar player when I saw them live. In any video I'd seen, he always wore a baseball cap and he played a tobacco burst Les Paul. So that was a huge influence. I should mention too, like learning to play guitar. All these bands were like huge influences on me. Like the simplicity of, Teenage Head and that tone of Gordy Lewis, and the bluesy stuff that Manny was playing with Nazareth, and the crunch of Trooper, just that crunchy Les Paul through a Marshall tone, all that stuff just kind of, really dictated not only my playing the guitar and what I was interested in, but also, my musical taste going forward. So, check out these records, man. They make me smile, and hopefully they'll make you smile. And thanks for watching, and have a great day. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. Hit the like, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.